Oh, what's up? Good to see you this morning. Well, good to talk to you. Chester ARP Church Devotional Podcast. Clint Davis, your host. We are in the book of Esther. I gave you an introduction last podcast. If you missed it, go back and listen to it at some point. It's an introduction to the book of Esther. It's a great story. Literally, that's what it is. It's a story. It's a narrative. It has a historical setting, but not the historical setting is not emphasized because it's a story that deals with the people of God trusting God, taking action on behalf of God. Whether or not God is mentioned in this book is immaterial, but taking the steps that are necessary to preserve the people of God, to preserve one another. It's a story of survival, and it's to be applied to people of all times, of all ages, living all over the world for the glory of God. Esther represents, and her cousin Mordecai represent the Jews who remained in captivity, who remained in other lands, I should say the diaspora, after they were freed from captivity. They could have returned home, but they stayed where they were, and they remained where they were. That's where the majority of Jews remained in the other lands after the captivity. Verse 1 of chapter 1. Now in the days of Ahasuerus, the Ahasuerus who reigned from India to Ethiopia over 127 provinces, in those days when King Ahasuerus sat on his royal throne in Susa the citadel, in the 3rd year of his reign, he gave a feast for all his officials and servants. The army of Persia and Media, and the nobles and governors of the provinces were before him, while he showed the riches of his royal glory and the splendor and pomp of his greatness for many days, 180 days. And when these days were completed, the king gave for all the people present in Susa the citadel, both great and small, a feast lasting for 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace. There were white cotton curtains and violet hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen, and purple to silver rods, and marble pillars, and also couches of gold and silver on a mosaic pavement of porphyry, marble, mother of pearl, and precious stones. Drinks were served in golden vessels, vessels of different kinds, and the royal wine was lavished according to the bounty of the king. And drinking was according to this edict. There is no compulsion. For the king had given orders to all the staff of his palace to do as each man desired. Queen Vashti also gave a feast for the women in the palace that belonged to King Ahasuerus. Now this is a picture of decadence, plain and simple. King Ahasuerus, the king of the Medo-Persian Empire, reigns over a land that goes from India to Ethiopia, 127 different provinces. King Ahasuerus sat on his royal throne in Susa the citadel. So he has a massive kingdom. He has expanded his kingdom and captured the kingdoms of the world, and so they have been absorbed into his kingdom, and his kingdom is full of wealth. Wealth beyond measure. It's hard to begin to process the amount of wealth. In fact, it's almost impossible to process the amount of wealth that King Ahasuerus has, and is on display in this 180-day feast or display of his royal riches and wealth and glory. Now that's something that's hard for me to comprehend. They had a feast, party, display, whatever you want, for 180 days. 30 days in a month, 180 days. We're talking about a party that went for 6 months strong. 6 months. Now think about that. This king has a party for his armies, for his leaders, for the people around the world, and they come in and he puts on display everything that he has, and for 180 days they have people coming through, have this party, and then after 180 days they have a week-long party for the everyday man, for the not leadership man of the particular area, for the servants, for the day laborers, for those both great and small in the garden of the king's palace. So this is some kind of party. 187 days all total. No compulsion on wine. In other words, it just flows freely. You can have whatever you want, do as any man desires. Don't tell him no. We cut nobody off. We're letting people drink whatever they want to drink, whenever they want to drink, for how much they want to drink. White cotton curtains, violet hangings fastened with gold, marble floors, couches of gold, silver on mosaic pavement of porphyry, marble, mother of pearl, precious stones. I mean, we got mother of pearl, precious stones lining the floor we're walking on. So this is a picture of opulence. And the king wants everybody to know how great he is by demonstrating his wealth and showing it off. Now, that's what people do who have a lot of wealth and who are insecure, who also wanted you to see how great they are. They want to show off everything they got. You know people like that. They want to show off everything they got because they want you to be in awe of their wealth. Well, that's what the king wants to do. He is demonstrating not only his wealth and his glory, but he's also demonstrating his power. You're going to come against me? I got all this stuff. Basically, he's saying, you can't do anything to me because I've got all this stuff at my disposal. I will own you. And so he is showing it off. He's having a party. People are coming. And his wife, Queen Vashti, is having a party as well. This story begins in the den of opulence. This story begins in a place of overindulgence. This story begins in many ways, a picture of the desires of the world. It's the picture of the desires of the world. Everything at your fingertips. Have it your way. Whatever you want is there. There is no stopping it. You can have it. There is no one going to tell you can't have more alcohol. You can't have more food. You can't have more opportunities. You can't see enough of what I've got. It's all open there for you. It is the place of overabundance. It's the goal of the world's mindset, the kingdoms of the world. It's a demonstration of their power, of their prominence. And so we see this as a story that's certainly historical, but it's a story that shows us that these faithful Jews are living in the midst of a kingdom of the world's splendor and majesty in such a way. So you're already starting to see from the very beginning, setting up the context of a world that's full of itself. And you've got faithful people who you will know later on, who are trying to live unto the Lord and for his glory, living in a world of exuberance, in a world of indulgence. It's a very similar world to our world, isn't it? It's a very similar picture we can certainly identify, and that's what makes this story so great. I'll end there. You guys take care. God bless you. I'll see you next time.